And a very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for seeing us right here on TV47. My name is Betty Kialo, and the show is this Friday. Well, we have comprehensive coverage of everything that is happening today. But of course, we also have your favorites talking about Willis Ochieng, who will be joining us later on for Which is Which, joining us from Kisii County. And apart from him, we have a very interesting discussion with Bata Managing Director Benson Okumu. They're celebrating 85 years in Kenya, and it's going to be a very interesting discussion. So let's start with the highlights. It's going to be a great show. The government has announced that the cause of the tragic dormitory fire, which claimed the lives of 17 pupils at Hillside and Arusha Academy in Nyeri County, remains unknown.
We carry one another along as a country, as we mourn this tragedy together.
As President William Ruto orders a thorough investigation to unearth what really happened. 16 years after the government introduced a safety standards manual aimed at ensuring safety in schools, we revisit some of the most devastating school fire tragedies that have shaken the nation. The country is on high alert following the detection of the 5th Mpox case.
We have 0 new cases of Mpox as at the last 24 hours. But culminatively, we have 5 Mpox cases that have been confirmed.
As the government announces that it has screened over 680,000 people across all 26 entry points to prevent the importation of additional cases. All right, thank you so much for joining us tonight, even if it has been a tough day for so many parents, of course, in Arusha, in Nyeri County. And we want to bring you the latest details of exactly what is happening right now. Of course, we understand that now the number has risen of the pupils who have lost their lives sadly. So I want to speak to the one and only Sheila Chelangat, who's now on the ground live and direct to give us the latest details of what is happening there right now. Sheila, if you can hear me, please bring us up to speed with what is happening at Arusha. All right, so we'll be getting the details of exactly what is happening shortly. We'll be joining Sheila Chelangat. We right now have her on standby. Let's hear from her. Sheila, over to you.
Right. Good evening, Betty. Not such a good evening here from Nyeri County. We are coming to you live from Mount Kenya Hospital here in Nyeri County, where some of the students from the Hillside and Arusha Primary School were brought here for checkups, and most of them actually were discharged, with only one currently being held in this facility. It was quite a sad day, Betty, having to watch parents wait for updates longer as early as from 5 a.m. in the morning, right after they heard about the incident occurring, and to even watching some of the the parents who had positively identified their sons after being allowed to get into the area of the incident. About the statistics of what happened is that the school had a capacity of about 800 students, and the dorm that was affected was a dorm that was hosting boys and had about 156 occupants in it at the time of the incident. 70 still remain unaccounted for, with about 17 having died from the incident. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua spoke earlier on and said that one more had succumbed to injuries. Let's take a listen at what he had to say at the time.
Let me say a couple of things on behalf of my colleagues who are here. First, that we are all here, and I want to confirm to the country that all hands are on the deck to make sure that we carry one another along as a country, as we mourn this tragedy together. This tragedy unites us even more and makes us realize our oneness, our indivisibility as a country. Our condolences as government have already been given out by His Excellency President William Ruto, who is away out of the country on official duty. For me and my colleagues here from both national and county governments, we can only echo those condolences. The second point we want to make is that the President of the Republic of Kenya has directed all government agencies, which includes national governments and county governments and all the other public agencies, as well as other stakeholders, to get deployed to assist this community to come to terms with this tragedy. We are all here. The Ministry of Interior will coordinate, even as different agencies perform different roles which have already been agreed. I want to thank the first responders, those who tried their best to save our children by trying to respond to that emergency. We are grateful to the Governor of Nyeri County, the political leadership of Nyeri County, the Senator who is here of Nyeri County, Senator Matinga is here, the Women Rep of Nyeri County, Mheshimiwa Rahab Mukami is here, the MP for Kieni is here, the Honorable Njoroge Wainaina, the MCAs, both the MC of this area and the MCAs of Nyeri, many of them are here, and therefore under the leadership of Governor Kahiga, thank you very much, the political leadership of Nyeri, for being there. The county government of Nyeri were some of the first agencies of government to provide support. I also want to thank my colleagues from the Central Regional Security and Intelligence Team.
Right, and as you have seen, several government officials indeed visited the incident, the scene of the incident, led by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua as well as the Interior Cabinet Secretary. The DP Gachagua actually calling and assuring that the parents as well as those who reside near that school, that anyone who was responsible for that incident will be brought to book. Let's hear what the DP had to say.
Judicious investigations, and that is going on, and when the report
wakati huo mkasa ilitokea, mnajua tumepokea wageni kadha wa kadha.
kibweka. Sasa alafu mbwa akibweka nikasikia ng'ombe sijui kikula nini hapo nje, lakini sio ng'ombe. Sasa nikaamuka, kuamuka nikaona moto. Sasa kuona moto nikapika duru kabisa nikapiga duru kwa sababu niko karibu. Sasa watu wakakuja, sasa mimi nikaanza kushota maji. Kwanza kushota maji alafu na kunini hizo aero kuchukua teli kuweka mchanga kuweka. Sasa nikaona watu wamekuja sana. Sasa mimi nilikuwa na mtoto huyu wangu. Sasa kutoka nikarudi, nikakuchukua mtoto, nikaenda kuchota maji na yeye. Kwenda kuchota maji na yeye, nikapatia akosaidio ingine. Nikawapatia, alafu kuwapatia nikaona watu wamekuja, lakini wamekaa sana. Wamekaa sana karibu masaa 2. Sasa mimi kupiga duru. Sasa watu wakakuja, sasa kukuja tukachukua maji bucket na vitu vingine ya kuchota mchanga na maji, kumwagilia mwaki inazidi tu. Sasa mimi nikabeba mtoto yangu nikatokea huko juu, nikaanza kupiga duru ingine. Nikapika duru ingine, alafu nikaona watu wakiteremka na huko chini.
Right, Betty, as you hear rightly, those were the sentiments of the neighbors, parents, as well as residents of that particular area, very concerned about how this tragedy just happened and why the response was so untimely. Back to you in studio, Betty.
All right, Sheila, I don't know if you can hear me. I just want to, get some information from you. Over the, during the day we've had, there are reports that there's some children who are missing. Maybe you can talk to us about that. And also, what is the situation at the school currently? Has it been closed totally? Or what can you tell us about the activities going on right now at the school?
Right, Betty, on the issue of some of the students missing, that is why about 70 of them are still unaccounted for as of now. And Interior CS Kithure Kindiki stated that some of the parents yesterday, after receiving news that the incident had occurred, came into the school, picked some of the children, while other children also, while trying to escape from the incident, did go into the neighborhood and went into the homes of the neighbors. So that could explain why some of them are still missing as of now. As of 7:30, as we were leaving the premises of the school, DCI officers who were in that particular place were wrapping up their investigations of piecing what just might have led to the incident occurring. So pretty much the students had been evacuated. Most of them had been evacuated from that particular school, and we just did leave DCI officers who were going through that incident of the scene of the incident.
All right, Sheila, something else maybe you can talk to us about. What are the residents feeling about this tragedy that happened today? Of course, considering that there have numerous, efforts by previous governments to make sure that at least there are, ways that this, cannot happen. Multiple exits to the dormitories. What are the residents saying, and who is being questioned with regard to this terrible tragedy?
Betty, when we spoke to the residents, it was quite emotional for them. This school is literally inside Kieni. It is in the interior parts of this county, and therefore response did get in late to the calls of the residents once the incident had occurred. And so most of them are really questioning how this incident just occurred and why the response was very untimely in this particular place. And we have seen President William Ruto speak to it in his latest address tonight, where he has said that all the difficult questions will be answered as to why and how this tragedy did occur, and anyone who would be at fault will be liable for this particular incident. And so the residents could just hang on to the word of President William Ruto as they try and get themselves to feel a little bit better of what just happened. It is quite sad, That particular place, Betty, was very emotional. Parents waiting on to just see if their sons are okay, and the residents at large. It was very an unfortunate incident, Betty.
Finally, Sheila, maybe you can talk to us about, I mean, you're talking about the schools that are around that area. Do you know of maybe any immediate efforts that schools around that area are just making to just make sure that, you know, this does not happen again?
Right. When we had a recce of that particular area, that school seemed to be the only one that we saw, a primary school, and then the others were high schools. And as per what has been there is that, you know, students who should not be in dormitories alone, and the dormitories should not be locked from outside when the students inside. And so I'm sure that as of this evening, a lot of safety measures have been taken and put in place for some of these schools that are boarding schools in that particular area, Betty.
All right, thank you very much, Sheila Chalangat, there reporting for us from Nyeri County. She has been covering this particular tragedy all day, and of course it has been such a sad day right here in our country, as at least 18 children have tragically lost their lives. Of course, you've seen how parents have been devastated, and the whole state at large, the whole country just really, you know, crying out with regard to, you know, the loss of their children. So let's now just hear what one parent really had to say about the loss of her child.
Tell us how you got to know the fire incident, and then have you found your child, and what information are you getting from the school management?
Kwa majina naitwa Simon Mwangi, mimi ni mzazi hapa. Msichana wangu ako grade 8 anaitwa Esther. So hii mambo ilitupata kwa off guard kwa sababu nilipigiwa na mzazi mmoja akaniambia ni kama hapa kuna moto imetokelezea. So kufungulia TV in the morning, it was early in the morning, nikaona kweli kuna mambo ambayo haipendezi. So kutoka hapo, mimi mtoka Nairobi. So kutoka hapo sisi tukachukuana na bibi yangu, sasa na mzazi mwingine tukaitana, sasa tukakuja. Tumefika hapa allowed a few minutes past 10, na so far hakuna mambo mingi tumeupdateiwa. Although tumeona waziri wa interior Mr. Kedeke alikuwa hapa na address watu wa media na PS wa education Kipsaria, Mr. Sang alikuwa hapa. So wametuambia tukae kama wale wameumia, tumesikia wameenda hosi, tumesikia kuna mpaka maaga, although it's something which is not confirmed, and we are waiting to see now the official statement from the school. Yeah.
And have you found your child? Have you talked to your child?
Yeah, tumeongea.
What is she telling you?
Okay, my daughter tumeonana na yeye, she is very much okay, although unajua kuna ile traumatized kwa sababu hiyo ni kitu very scary. But she's composed. Yeah. Lakini wanatuambia tu hata hawajui, walisikia tu duru, wakasikia ni moto. So kutoka hapo hakukuwa na any mpangilio, ni ujiokoe. Yeah.
And now with the way that communication happened from the school to the parents, are you satisfied with how they're handling the situation?
Okay, I can't.
Just a parent there really just recounting, you know, the tragedy that happened today. And we just want to take a look at some of the fire tragedies that actually shocked the nation in the recent past. Let's just take a look at some graphics there. And of course, the government had, you know, declared some, you know, safety measures, but questions, of course, you know, still rise about them being followed. As you can see right there on your screens, the 2008 Safety Standards Manual for Kenyan schools was, first of all, the dormitory design. Just beds in the dormitory must be spaced at least 1.2 meters apart to allow for safe movement. Also, as you can see, their dormitory corridors should be a minimum of 2 meters wide to facilitate evacuation during emergencies like the one we just witnessed today in Nyeri County. So that is just part of the Safety Standards Manual for the Kenyan schools. Of course, questions abound about them being actually followed to the latter, the 1.2 meters apart, really to allow safe movement. And of course, you can see the dormitory corridors not being less than 2 meters wide to facilitate quick evacuation of in case there's any fire tragedy. Let's just move on there and just still talking about the dormitory design. Each dormitory must have multiple exits, including emergency exits that are clearly marked and accessible. Questions still abound, like I mentioned, about this particular dormitory. Did it have all these multiple exits and, of course, the emergency exit to make sure that children are safe in case there was any sort of tragedy like what we've witnessed today. Now let's take a look at the list of major school fire events in the country. And of course we start with the first one, St. Kizito School. That was 1991, and it was a fire that was caused by a protest and killed 19 girls, 19 students. Can you imagine that? The second one, Bombolulu Secondary School, that happened in 1998. That's a fire in Kwale County that claimed the lives of 26 girls. Another 26 girls from the 19 girls in 1991. Now we're talking about 1998, Bombolulu Secondary School claiming the lives of 26 girls. Let's take a look at some other tragedies that shook the nation. Of course, we all remember this. Kianguli Secondary School, that was 2001, a dormitory fire. It was started by students during a protest, and it resulted in the deaths of 67 boys. You remember, that really shook the nation. It was a nation in mourning for such a long time. Just talking about the Kianguli Secondary School back in 2001. Now coming back, of course, to Endarash School, and those are just this list of schools that really have gone through such a tragedy. Asumbi Girls Primary School, 2012, an electrical fault caused the deaths of 8 students. Steph Joy Boys Secondary School, this is just very recently, 2015, a fire in Limuru led to the deaths of 2 boys. Those are just 7 of the schools that already, like we've highlighted on our graphics, have gone through such major fire tragedies. Let's just continue there and just taking a look at the number of other schools that have actually gone through fire, tragedies in the past. Kaptama Secondary School, that was 2016, contributed to over 100 reported fire incidents during a period of increased student school protests. Mikinduri Girls Secondary School there added to the high number of school fires during that period of unrest. All right, just continuing to take a look at other schools. Garbatula Secondary School, that was 2016, affected by fire during the major unrest of 2016. Then there's of course Bura Boys Secondary School, that was in 2016 still, and the school was impacted during the surge of fire incidents that year. That is a year that saw quite a number of schools going down, through fire, and those are just some of the schools that were, affected by student protests leading to schools tragedies through fire. We have, of course, St. Pius Cemetery, which was 2016, experienced a fire as part of the widespread fire issues in institutions. That was still during 2016, where there was a big unrest from schools, countrywide. We also have Moi Girls School right here in Nairobi. 2017, a dormitory fire led to the deaths of 10 students. That, of course, is another one that we vividly remember. Let's just continue taking a look at other schools. And this is Kangaroo School. 2018 fire incidents were reported through details. Though details about the casualties were actually scarce, so we don't really know the number of students who, maybe were affected by this particular school. Kibabi Secondary School, that was in 2019. A dormitory fire caused panic, but no deaths were reported. As you can see, this is quite a number. This is a big list, just talking about the schools that have gone through such traumatized time. Buruburu Girls High School, this was very, very recently, as you know. That was 2021. A fire during protests led to injuries, but no deaths were reported. That is Buruburu Girls High School. Of course, taking a look at Kakamega High School, 2021, a fire raised concerns about safety protocols in schools. And all this, of course, made the government come up with, stringent measures on how students in their dormitories can actually be safe while asleep or while doing, their daily activities in school. The question is really, are these safety measures really being followed? The multiple exits and all of that. Let's continue, of course, with the latest one, the really, really sad tragedy that that the country is mourning today. Hillside and Russia Primary School, that of course was this morning a dormitory fire in Nyeri County killed 17 students and seriously injured 13 others. All right, so that was just taking a look at the schools that have really been affected by these tragedies over the years. And of course, the government had come out to say, you know, there are safety measures that every school must follow to make sure that students are actually safe in the dormitories. But whether they're being followed remains, you know, in question, especially just looking at what happened today in Endarasha. And of course, we're with the parents in deep sympathy as they mourn the loss of their children. Now, well, today was a day filled with unbearable grief and heartache as parents and guardians of Hillside and Endarasha Academy in Nyeri were faced with the grim reality of what remained of the dormitory where the children had once slept. Arnold Adidi now brings us a detailed account of the tragedy that has left an indelible mark on the hearts of many.
These are the charred remains of what used to be a 156-bed hostel after a fire broke out late Thursday night around 11 p.m. as the boys in the mixed boarding private primary school slept peacefully. And by the next morning on Friday, the death toll had risen to 17, with the sight of grieving parents arriving at the school overcome with shock and sorrow, painting a grim picture of the tragedy. As the nation mourns the loss of the young lives, leaders from across the country have expressed their grief and shock, calling for swift justice and thorough investigations. President William Ruto, who is currently out of the country, took to his X account to describe the incident as devastating and called for immediate investigations to identify any potential perpetrators responsible for the tragic event. As acting IG of Police Gilbert Masengeli confirmed that security agencies have already launched a comprehensive investigation into the cause of the fire.
Kuna wale walioaka na kuna wale ambao wamekuwa admitted katika Nyeri Provincial Hospital, na katika harakati investigation inaendelea kwa sababu nao kuna timu zetu zile ziko kwa ground. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who visited the school on Friday, said that 86 boys had been accounted for by evening, including 27 who are receiving treatment in the hospital.
I want to commit that President William Ruto has ordered expeditious investigations, and that is ongoing on, and when the report is ready, as a government, we shall make the report public so that we can also find out what happened, what caused the fire, what could have gone wrong.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki, while addressing the press at the school, assured the public that government agencies are fully engaged in providing support to the affected families. Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga has urged security agencies to leave no stone unturned in their pursuit of answers, ensuring justice for the victims and their families. Members of Parliament, led by Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro, expressed the need for transparent and thorough investigations, adding that the public deserves clear answers to the many questions that have arisen in the wake of the devastating fire.
Vile serikali imesema uchunguzi itafanywa, tutawachia serikali hiyo kazi, because we know our government is competent enough to be able to unravel what actually happened.
The government says that the cause of the fire remains unknown. Arnold Adidi, TV47.
Now, President William Ruto has declared a 3-day period of national mourning after the tragic fire that claimed the lives of 18 students at Hillside and Endarasha Academy on Friday, September 6th. The mourning period will begin on Monday, September 9th and end on Wednesday, September 11th. All right, now moving on, the family of Shadrach Oruko, a 15-year-old boy who allegedly lost his life after being shot by a police officer on Tuesday in Mukuru, Kwaruben, is seeking justice. Father claiming that police officers have been frustrating their efforts to find justice. Samira Mohammed now reports.
3 days after Shadrach Oroko, a 15-year-old boy who was allegedly shot by a police officer, lost his life, family arrived at the city mortuary to witness the post-mortem exercise on his body. But that was not to happen after they were ordered to file a report with the Directorate of Criminal Investigations.
Nikasikia tu kwa umbali jirani amekufa. Nikastuka nikauliza Mungu, jirani mtoto wangu.
Ilikuwa ni huzuni sana.
According to the family, their efforts to report the incident at Ruben police station were futile after they were allegedly harshly kicked out of the station by police officers.
Tulifukuzwa ni kama watu watujulikani. Kwanza walikuwa wameshika manyaunyo. Tokeni hapa, endeni. Hapa hakuna maiti na hapa sio mochari. Hivyo ndo alijibu. Hatukuweza kusaidika hapo. Wangekuwa kutusaidia, wangetusaidia.
Tulipofika pale tukachukua hatua kwenda post. Nenda kustaki. Tulifika pale unafukuzwa ni kama umbwa. Tunahitaji haki itendeke kwa huyu mtoto.
The family of Shadrach is now claiming his innocence, stating that he was only trying to save his friend Samuel Obai, who was also brutally assaulted by police officers and is currently receiving treatment at Mama Lucy Hospital.
Lakini licha yote akaenda kukatisha maisha ya mtoto ambaye ana hatia. Haki itendeke. Mtoto hakuwa na makosa, mtoto alikuwa anatetea mwenzake ambapo ako hosi na alikuwa anakimbia kama amejisalimisha, ameinua mikono juu akisema hatuna maneno, wachilieni hivi, kudhulumu mwenzetu si vizuri. Manake walikuwa wamemvua manguo, wamemfunga pingu.
The family is urging relevant authorities to take immediate action against the police officer alleged to have shot Shadrach, further alleging that the officer has been treating them with threats, leaving them in fear for their safety.
Wanatutishia mpaka sisi family members, wanaanza kushika some of our family member, wanamshika ya kwamba they were rioting, of which sisi tulikuwa tumekaa mahali pamoja tunazungumza jinsi tutakavyomchukua mtoto wetu. Sisi hatujui maisha yetu iko aje kwa sababu saa hii tuko hatarini.
These, as a section of human rights activists, strongly condemned police brutality allegedly by officers from Ruben police station, as well as the killing of Shadrach. They are now calling upon the Independent Policing Oversight Authority to expedite the investigations and ensure that justice is served to Shadrach's family.
All right, so with that, we want to take a short commercial break. I know today's bulletin is very, very heavy, of course, with the tragedy this morning in Nyeri. But of course, we send all our condolences and our sympathies to the families that have been, affected by this very, very tragic, moment. So we'll take a short commercial break, but we're coming back later on. Like I mentioned when we started the bulletin, we'll be having a conversation with the managing director of Bata Shoe Company, that is Benson Okumu. We had a fantastic time with him over the week. Went to his one of the flagship stores at the Two Rivers, and we got to have a conversation about how Bata has been in the country for 85 years. And actually, we said, you know what, because they are very, very kind. We want you to tell us the best experience actually you've ever had, just growing up and even right now as an adult, with Bata shoes. Today I'm wearing some. I'm going to be showing you after the break. So I'll be speaking to him to just talk to us about that celebration of 85 years here in Kenya. And of course, Willis the Word Master, Willis Ocheng, is going to be joining us later on. So don't go away. We still have a good show coming up. right, and welcome back to This Friday with me, Betty Callow. Thank you so much for the feedback. Obviously, with regard to the interview that I had with the Bata Managing Director, Benson Okumu. And earlier on my social media pages, I had asked, what is your favorite memory about Bata shoes? And I know my mom is watching, and I'm telling you, those moments that, you get like the toughies, that used to be, some of the most beautiful moments when you're just about to go back to school, and then you're able to get, the toughies and everything. Those are very, very special moments that Bata shoes gave us, iconic moments that the iconic Bata shoe gave us. So I'm just looking at some, just one or two comments before we get to our conversation. Let me tell you. So Erastus Kipkorir, you're saying Bata rubber shoes made of canvas was and still remains my favorite and focus, but Bata's safari boots Ilematura wild animals. Their soles are very comfortable. I love that. There's one I saw here. There's so many, so I cannot be able to sample all of them, but I'll try to just. So Florence Ateno is saying that the shoe is very durable. So many comments over here. Okay, I'm gonna try and see which is I'm going to be sampling after the show. And I'm telling you, Bata is very kind to us. They're going to be giving us a couple of, pairs of shoes. So if you've seen my comment on my Instagram or Facebook, make sure you go there and just comment something. You might just be a lucky winner as you wind up the week. So here's that conversation I had with the managing director, Benson Okumu, at the Two Rivers Bata flagship store. It was very interesting to know a lot about the 85 years that they have been in existence here in Kenya. Let's take a look at that conversation. Celebrating brands of heritage. I don't know if you guys may have Bata shoes. When I was growing up, I had this love for toffees. They were so expensive, so my parents, every time they'd get money, they'd make sure they get for us toffees from Bata. And today we're celebrating Bata as a brand of heritage, a brand that we love so much, a brand that reminds us of our childhood. But of course, they have some new entrants into the market, and we just want to take a look about exactly what they have right now in stock. I will be speaking to the managing director, Benson Okumu, who's going to be taking us around the shop just to make sure that we know exactly what is now available at Bata. Come with me. Let's go. How are you?
I'm good. Betty.
So good to see you.
Good
that's a firm handshake. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing well.
It's so good to be here. Such a lovely shop that you have here.
This is one of our flagship stores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what does it take to be the managing director of a company that has been in Kenya for 85 years? What does it take?
It is exciting because it is not only exciting because it is Bata, but I'm sure I'm very good. First and foremost, I'm very happy to be associated with a brand like Bata, which has been there for the last 85 years. Globally, we are celebrating our 30th birthday.
What?
Yes.
Globally,
we are celebrating because Bata was incorporated in 1894.
Okay.
And in Kenya, we are celebrating the 85th birthday because we were actually founded in 1939.
Okay.
So this is a very big month for us.
It's a big month.
Let
me ask you, when you were, like a young guy, did you like wearing like Bata shoes? Because I love the toffees.
I had no choice because I think most of us, if not all of us, have grown through Bata. The Bata Prefect, now the Bata toffees. But one interesting thing is that we are no longer only a school shoe brand. You can see from our stores.
There's, a lot of sneakers. Like look at my shoe. Are you seeing my? It looks so cool.
This is North Star, which is our lifestyle brand.
Okay.
And the way you can see it, we actually have transformed it to one of the best selling articles today. Yes.
I mean,
so it's a very strong brand.
Really nice.
Yes.
And I like that you say that you're no longer a school brand because a lot of us, we just grew up, unaenda shule hivi, ni lazima ikuwe Bata shoes, but now you've transformed and evolved.
You see, what made that happen is that if you look at our brands, we have the quality, we have the comfort and durability quality and value for money.
Okay.
Sasa unapata kila wakati kama shule unaenda ukipiga stone teke. That made parents endear so much to the Bata shoes.
But wait, what do you mean tunapiga mawe teke?
Like the boys, you know, remember? The boys are mischievous. Yeah, exactly. So yes, that is one thing that has really been very strong in terms of our brand category. But you'll be surprised that it is not our #1 brand. Take for instance our fashion style, like the red label. All the ladies now are enjoying this brand very so much. Yes, of course. Let's go to the brand level.
Yeah. The collection.
This is a collection which is more Italian in look.
This is gorgeous.
Yes. So you look at that shoe, and you can also pick this shoe. Yeah.
Oh, this is so pretty and very comfortable.
Yes. And apart from that, we also have handbags which go well with the shoes. So it is a brand that is actually designed with its handbags, and we will also sew.
Oh my goodness! Can I please have this one, please, kindly, from the boss, kindly.
This is called Bata Comfy. It is one of the most comfortable sandals that you can wear.
They're so cute.
Yes.
You know?
And then it is all season. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And very durable.
This is so pretty, guys.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, kindly.
Yes.
At least for our audience.
Utapata. Utapata.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, so what does it take, honestly, to be so big in the market, like 85 years later? People love the brand. People celebrate the brand.
We look at our customer needs. We don't put something in the market because we want to put it. We put something that will resonate with our customers. The second thing is that we've built a very strong brand equity. And with this brand equity, our customers and our consumers have come to love the brand. They have come to trust the brand, and they want to be associated with the brand. And the third thing is that we have refused to play the price war.
Okay.
We are not going to put something cheap into our shop or sell it to our customer just because we want to show that the price is low. We've got to give you something which is value for money.
Okay.
Yes. So with all that, I think we have done quite well. And apart from that also, we also have the advantage of local manufacturing. So our reaction time is very fast, and that ensures that our availability in the market at any given time is guaranteed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And talking about reaction time, I saw mnatengenezea Bradley mtol kiatu. Iko wapi hiyo kiatu yake?
Sasa hiyo kiatu yake.
First of all, how big is his foot?
His foot is huge.
Like really big.
It is huge.
Okay.
So we've taken the measurements. We have started doing the shoe. And next week, he'll be receiving his shoes. Yeah, he'll be receiving his shoes.
Like honestly, that guy had one pair of sandals.
Yeah, he had one pair of sandals, and actually, I don't think anybody else could have made these shoes the way Bata can make. Remember, I don't think there's any other company, for instance, in the Republic of Kenya, which has the state-of-art manufacturing plant that the one we have in Limuru.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can make, and it is not only Bradley. We have quite a number of people who come and ask us to make the shoes for them, which is custom made, and we do it.
Okay.
Yes, we do it.
So Bradley's getting how many pairs of shoes?
We are first starting with 2 pairs.
Okay.
Yes, and then
like
later on we'll see what to do.
Mine, like, I mean, something jamaa sneakers.
Tutampaka safari boot na sneakers.
Talking about safari boot, that is one of the,
iconic brands.
Iconic.
It is.
Brands,
it is.
really.
It is.
Is it still doing well, even as you try to bridge the gap between baby boomers
something very interesting with safaris. Something very interesting with safaris. The original safari is doing extremely quite well. The original safari does so well.
Ladies, how are you doing? Safari boutique.
Yes. Yeah. The original safari, which I'll show you now, is doing so well that even when we come with other brands, it's still the market leader. Yes.
And you've even
yes. So you see,
you actually even have more colors. Shades.
This is a different shade, but this is the fastest selling safari.
That's okay.
It's the fastest, yeah.
But you can see, shoe,
and the sole is made in our Limuru factory.
Okay.
And the leather is made in our tannery in Limuru. So it's
everything.
100% of that product is done in our Limuru factory.
Why do you think people love this shoe? From Bata, honestly.
Because it is strong.
Okay.
It is stylish when you talk about going on a safari.
Yes.
And it's very durable. Just touch the sole. Extremely solid.
Guys,
and value for money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So how are you? I mean, you as Bata, you're trying to evolve from just how do you make sure that you still carry on?
We already evolved.
Gen Zs,
I'll show you. Let's go to the of course. Let's go to the
shoes.
You'll find it.
These are so dope. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Look at that, guys.
These are mostly. This is called the bullets.
That is so dope.
Which is very good for the people doing PE in schools. It's mostly used for school children when they are doing PE. Okay. But you told me about the Gen Z, and they're taken care of in the sneaker studio.
Okay.
This is our sneaker studio, and you will see we have the Power brand, which is our sports brand. Then we have the North Star, which is our lifestyle brand. We are also agents of Puma, in Kenya. Then we have the Tommy and we have the Skechers. So nice. I don't think that anybody can miss their style and the shoe that they need and for any occasion. So that's what I was telling. That's what I was telling you earlier. That Bata is a store.
Oh, this is dope. Yeah. This is so nice.
Yeah, Bata is a store with all the shoes for the entire family and for every occasion.
For everybody.
For every occasion.
Who comes up with these designs? Because there are like so many designs.
You see, if you're in the fashion industry, which we are, innovation is very, very key. So we have a fully fledged product development department, and that is where we develop our shoes. And we also have a product development site in Italy where we go to also import some of the shoes. But 80% of our shoes are done in Italy, innovated through our PD department.
What do you do in terms of CSR?
Oh, we are big in CSR. First and foremost, at the moment, we won the FKE Responsible Employer of the Year. So I can say we are the reigning champions. And for CSR,
you don't say.
Yes, we are big because first and foremost, we have a very huge project with the SOS. And every year we supply them with mentorship. We do mentorship with them, mentorship skills. And then we also supply them with shoes in terms of contribution. Then we are also big with Starehe girls. We give them shoes for all the new entrants every year.
Everybody?
No, the Form 1s.
Do you normally give opportunities to young people who are really good in design?
Yeah.
They can come up with crazy ideas or shoes. How can they also feel part of Bata? Not just by buying, but also by being able to design.
In our design, we have the Gen Zs.
Wow.
Yes, and the collection department is full of young people. Yes, because they're very vibrant and they're very stylish and they're very trendy. So they're there.
Okay.
Yes, we do. Okay. And that's why you find we have a lot of trendy shoes in this store. Yes.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So one of my final questions, so for Bata right now, is there like a crazy future? Because other competitors are coming. They've been there for a while. There's a lot of competition right now. What is Bata going to do to just make sure that they still remain top of the table?
I told you something. First, we are customer centric. We don't compromise.
Is that a big deal?
Yes, we don't compromise on quality. And we are trendy that we have to be stylish and we have to be we have to react very fast in the market. Then we have the comfort that we cannot compromise with. So that is what has made us relevant, and I believe we have to continue doing that.
Okay.
And the other thing is that we have invested quite a lot into the machinery in our local production plant in Limuru, and these machineries are going to produce some of the state-of-the-art men's dress shoes that you have seen. They are also going to produce what you call the ladies ballerinas. They are also going to produce the kind of sneakers. They are producing the kind of sneakers that you are wearing. So that makes us very relevant. Innovation and a lot of investment for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kenyans, what do you tell them?
One thing I want to tell Kenyans is that it is our 85th birthday in Bata, Kenya. And during this month, we are going to have a lot of goodies in our stores, in terms of promotions, in terms of markdowns, and we also have a lot of gifts that you should come and enjoy. One of the things that we are doing in terms of gifts is that for every shoe that you buy between 2,500 to 4,000, we are giving you a free voucher to shop around worth 350. If you buy a shoe which is over 4,000, we are giving you 500 shillings to shop with. And apart from that, again, the other thing that we are doing is that we want to go very big in terms of CSR at this time that we are celebrating our birthday. We are going to have contribution teams in our stores, where we'll invite our customers to contribute whatever they can, and then we'll add on to our contribution, and we are going to go and contribute this in Turkana to help the need in Turkana. And we are also going to have contribution from our staff and ourselves as a company in cash and kind. And this money we have identified at Madare North Primary School. We are also going to have a contribution to them on 21st of September. Then the third one is that in recognition to our staff, we'll have the Long Service Award. And during this time, we are going to recognize some of the stars who have worked, some of our staff who have worked with us for a long time, and reward them accordingly. So we have a busy month, and we invite you to our stores to come and enjoy the goodies and celebrate with us.
Okay, because now you're the boss of this place. Even just hata kiatu tupate hata
utapata.
Our audience
lazima wapate kitu.
You promise?
Yes, lazima wapate kitu. Yes.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I've been speaking to the managing director, Benson Okumo Bata Shoe Company. I mean, look at this, such a fantastic job that they're doing, and congratulations to Bata for 85 years. Can you imagine that? 85 years. Congratulations to Bata. They have amazing offers this month as they celebrate. And so, hop on to any Bata shoe store across the country. It's 106 stores, right?
Yes, 126 for now, going into 130.
Okay, so you visit any Bata store, in the malls, in your area, and get those offers as we celebrate a brand that is so dear and so close to our hearts, even as we celebrate 85 years of being right here in Kenya. My name is Betty Kialo. Back to studio. I mean, back to me. But that was such a fantastic conversation with Benson. I really enjoyed just being in that store. I was like a little kid, just remembering, just being a kid and just running around through a Bata shoe. I want this one and I want this one. And the parents like, wait. But of course, right now we are grown up. And like I mentioned, if you check my Instagram right now, there's a shoe that I'm wearing that is so cute that I'm wearing that I got from Bata Shoes. I'll be showing you that shoe when we finish the show. So stay put. And I want you guys to get it. Especially the ladies, they have some really nice, cute heels. But for now, before I show you my shoes and everything, I want us to cross over to Willis Ochieng for Which is Which. Of course, is joining us from Kisii County. Let's do that. All right, so time to bring in Willis Ochieng, our English pronunciation master and teacher. Willis, sijui kama umeiva Bata shoes, Aki. Umeiva Bata shoes, Willis?
Betty, there is something I want to tell you. If you talk to me about shoes and you don't mention Bata, then I'll not talk to you because I just love Bata, Betty. That is the truth.
Absolutely, Willis. We grew up and we're still wearing them. I mean, it's an iconic shoe over the years. All right, so talking about iconic, I hope it's
strong.
Yes.
Stylish, of high quality, durable, comfortable. You are talking about Bata.
Absolutely.
The great way you have just done that interview.
Well, thank you so much, Willis. I loved being there. Okay, so now coming to our assignment of the day. Willis, I want you to talk to us about these words. Last week, unajua ulitushtua sana with some serious pronunciation. Actually, throughout the week, I was telling my friends and everybody around me, don't say sandwich. It's sandwich. So thank you for that, Willis.
Sandwich, not sandwich. The D is silent.
It's silent. Okay, moving to my first words today, Willis. I want us to start with this one. Protein, Willis. So do we say protein or do we say protein, or I don't know. What else could we possibly say with regard to this one?
Well, Betty, the spelling of that word makes many people innocently mispronounce it as protein, but in English, certain words are not pronounced the way they are spelled. Okay. So this one you say protein, protein, just like caffeine, not caffeine, protein, not protein. So you get it clearly and you use the right pronunciation for serious communication.
Okay, so it's protein, not the other pronunciations we normally hear around.
Yes.
Okay.
Protein.
Okay.
Protein with a stress at the onset, at the beginning.
Protein. Okay. And Willis, I heard you something
Yes.
saying like coffee. We don't say coffee. We say coffee. Did I hear you saying something like that?
No, you say coffee. Coffee.
Okay.
C-O-F-F-E-E.
Yeah.
Coffee. But I was talking about what many people innocently mispronounce as caffeine.
Okay.
Caffeine.
Okay.
It's not caffeine. You say caffeine.
Okay.
Caffeine.
Caffeine. Okay.
Yes.
Got you, Willis. Moving on to the next word that I have over here for tonight. You keep surprising us. So this one is a serious one that we keep talking about. Honoray. Tell us, talk to us about this one, Willis. Najua hapa kuna makosa mingi sana.
Betty, you don't say honorary. A honorary degree, no.
Okay.
It is an honorary. That H is silent. So you use the indefinite article an, not a. You say an honorary degree, not a honorary degree. I hope I'm clear on that.
Okay. So we don't pronounce the
Yes.
the H. So it's honorary, not honorary degree. Yeah? Okay.
Yes, you're right. Honorary.
Honorary. Moving on to this other one. It has very complicated letters sequence. So it's S-I-L-H-O-U-T-T-E. U-E-T-T-E.
Oh.
How do we go about that one, Willis?
Betty, that is a tricky word. In English, there are certain words with letters which we say they are phonetically insignificant. They are not pronounced as you pronounce that word. So, this word has many letters, but you simply say silhouette. Silhouette. That is the way to pronounce it. Silhouette. Not silhouette, not silhouette. You simply say silhouette.
Silhouette. I like the way you said ete, because I'm sure, not because, but because I'm sure there are people who say silhouette. Sounds like a company name somewhere.
Many people say that, Betty. And innocently, because that's why I say, if we had education systems that lay enough emphasis on pronunciation, just like on grammar and vocabulary, then we can do better. But now we have to go with what we have. But those who are lucky to watch TV 47 every Friday night, then those tricky words are demystified.
Okay, thank you very much, Willis. Okay, now there's this other one. Actually, I want us to go to testing our tongue, even though we don't have the clip. But Willis, I'd want you to talk to us about this particular word. I've seen it on my list for a long time. Yes,
I'll
that
display
one.
it.
Yes.
Betty, I'll display this word because many people asked me about it. And this word, the G is silent. You say imbroglio. Imbroglio. You don't say imbroglio. Imbroglio, no. This is a situation which causes confusion or embarrassment, especially in politics. So you say a political imbroglio, not imbroglio. You get that?
Yes, it is that difficult. I didn't want to try it, but now I know. Now I know. All right, Willis, let's go straight to...
It's a tongue twister, Betty.
It's a tongue twister. Let's go straight to the ones that you prepared
Okay, now let's... Yes, we have Zacchaeus Menge of Nakuru. You say Cambridge. Yusuf Galmogle of Lysamis Marsabit. You say quinoa, coup, not coop. Then deteriorate. Amolo Morris of Nairobi, you say Johannesburg. Hadija Ahmed B of Arusha, Tanzania, you say domestic chores, not cause. Lennox and Emily of Kongowea, Mombasa, you say business, not business. Business, no, business. Penny Amoyo Musita of Nairobi. James Njoroge, thank you for loving the show that much. Zephaniah, locally we say Zephaniah, but you pronounce that English name as Zephaniah. Oga of Kisii. Lois Kembo of Voi. Actor Raymond Ofula. One man whom I respect so much when it comes to matters English. Keep it up, Raymond Ofula, a great actor in this country. Gladys Boja of Nairobi, Nimrod Kidhinji of Texas, and Nginya HN at Nginya HN. Keep it up. And then we have Edward Midhika of Nairobi, CEO. But the other part, when it comes to the rules of broadcasting, the other part that you are asking about could be going for what we call adverts. So just forgive me for that, but we love you so much. Then I have what we call the surprise word for tonight. Betty, can I go ahead?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, we have this word. Many people innocently say sycophant. So, as I said one time, if you can understand what we call phonetic transcriptions, the way you are given the guide on how to pronounce words in good dictionaries or dictionaries if you like, so you can easily know the pronunciation of a word instead of what we commonly hear around us. Sycophant, no. You say sycophant. Sycophant with that pure vowel sound, E. Sycophant, just like system, not system. Syllabus, not syllabus. Sycophant, not sycophant. I know it is a surprise, and that is why we bring it for you or to you, our dear viewers. Then if you want to reach me or send any word throughout the week, you can reach me using this X handle, if you like, Twitter handle, and that is at Willis Ochieng1. Remember, you can also send your question using at Betty M. Kialo, or you go to at TV47 News, and we'll handle everything for you. Otherwise, for tonight, I have to take you back to Betty in Nairobi.
Thank you so much, Willis, for that. Always having such a surprise, you know, such a surprise for us every single night. I appreciate that. And of course, if you want to reach us, you've heard from Willis himself. You can find him on X. He's very vibrant there. Willis, where do you get the time to be vibrant on X like that? I just see a question, an answer. It's beautiful.
Betty, I have a small problem with my earphone, but please, or the earpiece, just forgive me. But for our viewers, please, we'll be together next week. And let me just now say thank you very much, Betty, and all our viewers.
All right, okay, there we go, Willis. All right, we hope to hear from you more next week right here on this Friday. Well, that has been Which is Which. You've heard all these pronunciations. We hope that you will not be making any mistakes with regard to the words that Willis has already talked to us about. And yes, so we're just about to wrap up the show, and I promised I would show you my Bata shoes. There you go. They're straight off from the box. Look at that. Very, very cute shoes. So you can make sure you get a pair for yourself, for somebody you love, for your partner, whoever it is who you really like. Of course, it's just for ladies' shoes. There's also very many varieties of men's shoes. So go to your next Bata shoe and get yourself some beautiful, iconic shoes, Bata Kenya. Thank you so much for watching. It has been such a pleasure having you on the show. See you again next week, God willing. I'm leaving the stage for my good friend Shiksha. He's coming with the Tribe 47. You guys, it's not time to dance, man. It's a Friday night. So all the best, Shiksha, and of course, good night. God bless. Mwah. Bye.